Hey folks, so I thought I would do a little bit of a different video today and give you a behind the scenes look on what it's like when I am working on the Disc Golf Network from home. Recently I've been hosting the Tournament Central show for a couple of tournaments. I did it for, I think it was the final round of the Dynamic Disc Open, as well as the World Championships, of course, the Preserve, and now I'm doing it for USWDGC. Also, special announcement, I'm going to be doing it for USDGC and Throw Pink as well. But anyway, I want to kind of just show you what it was like working from home, because no, despite what it looks like on video, I am not actually in the trees or in Burlington, North Carolina, or any of these live locations. I'm working from my home studio, same studio that I use for when I do esports stuff. So there you can see my PC there in the background. We got the green screen attached to the chair. We got a couple of desk mounted lights, and then we got some soundproofing, you know, behind and beside me. So sometimes I use a green screen, sometimes I don't. Some broadcasts just are fine with me using this like little checkerboard pattern as a background. But some people want to have, you know, a little more, I guess you could say, finite background to use that maybe matches better with the person I'm working with or just the broadcast in general, which is totally cool. But there we go. Also, I guess just for some tour of the office type stuff, you probably saw these lanyards here next to my chair. These are all lanyards from events that I have worked. Not all the events I've worked. I didn't always get lanyards. Sometimes you'd only get like wristbands or you get nothing at all, but it's definitely just events I've worked, mostly in the esports space. So I've done stuff with MLG, for example, at their arena. E-League was a big gig for me. That was actually working with Turner Sports on the TBS TV station, working on a Counter-Strike tournament that they did. This was, you know, their first season. Then I have done a ton of stuff for DreamHack over the years, which of course is now merged with ESL, if you know much about esports stuff. And then just some other companies I've worked with throughout the days. Like, for example, I did something in Finland, the Arctic Invitational. That was kind of interesting. Then I have more DreamHack stuff. This was something I did with Nerd Street Gamers, like a summer tournament. I've done some stuff with like some different like random companies as well. So Zotac, which is like kind of a computer manufacturer. I've done some stuff for iBuyPower as well. Here's something I did with the iBuyPower for the Collegiate Star League. So this is like a college tournament I did. And then I also worked at CES one year as a exhibitor at one of the booths. So that cool stuff. Then I got some discs around the office as well, of course. Got the original Cloudbreaker, a Firebird, a Thunderbird, a Tilt. And then I got a lot of discs over here in this corner that are like autograph stuff. So I got some like Paige Pierce autograph stuff and some of her Special Fierces. I got the Ricky Wysocki harp when he first announced that he was, you know, at DD. Then we got a Paige Pierce signed Nuke, an Eric Oakley signed Felon. We got a Connor O'Reilly signed harp, Cameron Coakley's Receptor, Matty O'Maiden. And then these are just kind of like some special discs for me because it was the 30th annual City Mobile Championships this year. So that's a disc because I helped work on the tournament because I was a part of the Mobile Area Disc Golf Association this year. And then this is the first tournament that I ever was a TD for, which was this year, the City of Mobile Doubles. So just, you know, some kind of like sentimental value disc, I guess, as well as some cool autograph stuff and some cool rare stuff here and there as well. Nothing too crazy. And then again, there's the backside of the studio. Forgive me for my cable management. And now I can kind of show you a little bit about what I have kind of going on the monitors. Of course, I got my camera there up top. It's a AverMedia camera. Then for headphones, I actually use some closed back ones. I use the Bangor Dynamics DT770 Pros. Some people use open back ones, which I think work nicely, but I found that sometimes with open back headphones, the audio actually bleeds through sometimes. You can actually hear it come through my microphone. So that's why I like to use a closed back, just to make sure that's not going to happen. And then when I'm actually sitting down and ready to go, I'll have my mic pulled over and I use the Shure MV7, which is very similar to the SM7B from Shure, but you can actually just do this straight USB. And then, like I said, I have these lights, which I can control the temperature of the lights. I can make them more blue, more orange, like they kind of are right now. I can adjust the brightness, all that jazz. And then, yeah, I just sit down in front of my green screen, which is attached to my chair. I get to the desk, and then we'll start talking about some of the stuff you see on the screens here to help you understand what it's like working through the show. All right, and so now you get to see the behind-the-scenes stuff that I actually have on my computer when I am doing the show. So this is our rundown from the first day. And the first day is a little bit different because we have nothing to go off of because the tournament hasn't started yet. So we're kind of just picking storylines from previous tournaments and things of that nature. So obviously for this run of show, we had this, like, the intro read that I do to welcome everyone to the show. Talked to Brian about the course and the conditions because he's, kind of the one out there on the field. And then we obviously talked about Kristen Tatar first, as she obviously has a chance to get the Grand Slam this weekend. Of course, when I'm posting this, it probably already happened, whether she did it or not. But I'm recording this during day 3 of the tournament, moving day. There's just like a tropical storm coming through right now as well, so it's a very interesting day. Anyway, so usually the director of the show and the producers of the show kind of set the order and the storylines that they want to hit, and then all this stuff written in this block is actually all notes that I have added from just research I've done. And this is just to, like, help me through the segment. So when we get to Kristen Tatar, I kind of can tee her up, talk about her being the #1 player in the world, already has 10 wins this season, including all 3 majors, hadn't finished at the podium in 2022, top 6 or better, just some, like, fun facts and, like, stats I can share. And then I can throw it to an interview. So this yes sound means that there's an interview they want me to throw it to that they either got from the press conference before the tournament or that they got after a round whenever, they got off the course. They did a post-round interview with them. So that's, like, kind of indicating yes at some point throw to an interview. And then we have, like, a back and forth with me and Brian, and we kind of go through some of these things. And he obviously goes through the stuff that he sees out on the course and his observations. And so then, obviously, next we had Haley King because she was last year's USWTDC champion. And, of course, she just won the MVP Open. So she was, a very important topic to hit on the first day. Then Owen Scoggins, obviously, ranked 2nd in the world, had done well at the MVP Open, coming back from injury where she had to pull out of Worlds. But, has all these, big podium finishes this year, been an excellent player. Then, we got to toss to break and kind of tease what we're going to do after the break. And then here was an ad read I had to do for the 20% off DGN your first month. So we had to do that, and then, throw into content. This is a combined soundbite of all the players we talked about next. And then we went Holland Handley, Missy Gannon, Valerie Mandahano again, kind of the same thing. I got some notes here, and I know whether or not I need to throw to an interview or not. And, yeah, that is essentially kind of what it looks like. So for today, what it looks like, as people are actually still kind of editing this live, we're going to do the same intro. We're going to talk the conditions. Obviously, Tropical Storm Ophelia is hitting North Carolina right now. Not a direct hit on the city that they're doing the tournament at, but it is definitely impacted them with rain and wind. We're going to talk Henna first because she's the outright leader right now by 2 strokes. Then Tatar's right behind her. Then Rebecca Cox is on the lead card, as well as Evelina Salonen. So we're going to talk those 2 players. Then we'll go to a break. Once we come back to break, I got an ad read I got to hit. Then we'll start talking about Chase card members. So Jessica Weiss, Owen Scoggins. If time, we'll hit certain people, but it just depends. Right now, it's looking like we may not have time to get to it, so it's kind of X'd out right now. But if we have time, we'll get to it because it's a tight show. It's only about 25 minutes, and we have a lot to get through. So it just depends. Now, you've been seeing this thing on the left-hand side this whole entire time, and this is essentially how I communicate with everyone. So I log into this. This takes my mic and camera and sends it to the production booth. And then this is how I can hear production. So I can, hear my producer in my ear while I'm hosting the show. He can kind of tell me, hey, you have a little bit of extra time here, Phil, or hey, we need to get to the next topic quickly. Hey, we need to call an audible. We need to X out this topic and move on to this topic. Or hey, Brian's having a mic issue. Can you carry for a second longer while we try to fix that? That actually happened the first day. He had like a crackly mic when we opened up the first segment. And then I had to kind of throw quickly to an interview to like give them time to fix his mic. So little things like that happen behind the scenes that people don't really even realize. And then on the second monitor, I have like a Google Meets call, which I use to talk to people on the grounds, actually in North Carolina. But a lot of this stuff is done remotely, of course. So... And I also have a program feed on here really quick, and I can actually kind of show that to you really fast. But essentially, it would just be, right now it's a black screen because the call is not live, but usually this would be a program feed of what is going out to the broadcast, so I can see when we're on camera or when we're on a graphic or something along those lines. Again, this is also how they catch my microphone and my webcam to actually, get my audio and video sources. It's also how I hear the producer and all that jazz, and yeah, that's basically all it is, really. Nothing special about it. And well, there you have it. This is what it looks like whenever I'm on screen. You know, green screen behind me. They put the background onto that, and then I'm right here looking at the audience and doing my thing, reading my promo reads. Talking with Brian about all the competitors and the course and all that stuff. And now you folks can obviously now use this to make whatever memes you want. Now I've done this to myself. I put myself in front of a green screen, so have fun snapshotting that and doing something with that. There you go. There's another one, and hope you enjoy all that. But anyway, I just thought this was a fun video to kind of show you the behind the scenes of what it's like working on the broadcast from home, and kind of some of the background moving parts that help make the broadcast possible. Thought it might be kind of a fun little video that y'all folks would enjoy, if not all good. But either way, hope that you will, if you're not already, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff, help the channel grow, and look out for more content coming soon. Catch you later.